Hello, hello, my lovely angels. This is your girl Sim back with another episode of the Sim Squad. Hi. So, one of you has given me a brilliant idea of actually going through some perfumes that are day to day wear that require no season allocation or too much thought going into it. Just grab, wear, go. Nothing to overthink about, nothing polarizing or niche quality or anything. These are just perfumes that are like a quick wear. You don't have to think too much. And normally, what happens with me also with these perfumes is when I'm about to go to work, or if I'm going for shopping or running errands or something, I normally grab these and gravitate towards these during that time. I've purposely chosen some perfumes that will not be very season specific, right? Because the person who had requested this specifically asked for it should not be seasonal. It should be like I can wear it anytime. So I have 13 perfumes for you. Okay, so this is gonna be a long one. So see, this is the thing. I need to like fit everything within 30 minutes so that you guys don't get bored. So let me start blabbing. Okay, let me start with the first one. And it is from Armaf, and this is the Club de Nuit Women. So this was the first one, right, which I had got from Armaf. This one is a dupe for Coco Mademoiselle by Chanel, and a very close dupe, if I must say. Now I have this one, and I have. Oh my god! Can you see how much of dust it's catching? Oh no! So yeah, I have used quite a bit of it. I just feel Coco Mademoiselle has a little bit more of fruitiness. Like, I don't know which fruit it is. It smells like apple to me, but I know this perfume doesn't have apple. But there's something in there that is a little bit more fruit, real fruit. This one, I'm telling you, the difference is like 0.5%. So I'm just being like hypercritical actually. Don't think too hard. Like, if you like Coco Mademoiselle, just go for this one. All the men for some reason love Coco Mademoiselle, and subsequently your Club de Nuit women. Ali also loves this on me. The thing is that I myself don't personally gravitate towards this because if you remember, this was one of those perfumes that was so everybody was wearing it, and I kind of associate this perfume with one of my top 5 friends. Because I call everybody my best friend, and I don't want anybody to ever think I have like when you reach an age, you don't have a best friend. You have like a pack, your tribe, and that's it. That's all of them are your best friends. So my pack, one of them. I associate this perfume with her because she always like wears this perfume. Not always, but like most of the time, whenever I meet her in a social situation where there's a lot of people, it's her smelling like this. I was always from the get-go, I like this perfume on other people and not on myself. So let me not like over explain stuff over here because I have 13 perfumes to go through. I'll put the prices because I have notes, but these are like super old notes when I was not so organized. When I started my YouTube channel, I was not like, oh, look at this 10 out of 10, like all the prices, all the labeling and everything. I've learned from you guys. All of these things I've picked up from you guys. If you have noticed, I'm not putting my perfume name at the bottom because someone said that the subtitles come over it and they cannot read it like easily. That's why I'm going to put them like on the top. So keep your comments coming, but be kind about it. So yeah, this is your Coco Mademoiselle dupe. All day, all weather. Needless to say, you can wear it like anytime you like. This can convert from night to day to night, season, any season. It's just a very, very beautiful fragrance. Let me tell you the notes for this. The top notes are orange, grapefruit, bergamot, and peach. Very, very fruity and very fresh fruity. The peach is not the powdery peach, not like the bitter peach or anything like that. This is like a very beautiful, juicy peach. Middle notes of rose, jasmine, geranium, and lychee. Again, very like the rose, the geranium. All these are not indolic. The jasmine, it's not indolic. It's like a fresher version. Think of these flowers with some amount of dew on it. And then the base notes of patchouli, vanilla, musk, and vetiver. Don't get scared of vetiver because it's not like a manly vetiver or something. It's just adding a little bit of interest. The projection is like a good 2 to 3 feet, and the longevity of this perfume, my goodness, it just lasts and lasts. Like, if anybody tells me this perfume doesn't last, I think you've got a fake version, right? This is like 7 to 8 hours easy for me. This is the Club de Nuit Women by Armaf. My rating for this, initially I'd given it a 7 out of 10 because of course I was not very keen on wearing this perfume. You can see I've not even worn it much, right? But it's a very beautiful fragrance. Even if I don't like it, doesn't mean it's not a good perfume, right? I'm going to give it an 8.5 out of 10 right now. It's a stunning perfume. Next we have Lamsat Harir, which if you guys know, you know I am in love with this perfume. If you like C by Armani, you're gonna like this. This smells very much like a cola perfume. Smells like bubblegum and cola. I used to call it cherry cola, but let's not call it cherry cola. It feels and smells like you're chewing the bubblegum, Haba Baba, or one of those. You know, when you take it in your mouth initially and that juiciness in the beginning, that combined with if you took a few sips of cola, Pepsi, or you know, your whatever, Coca-Cola, you know, one of those, when they mix together, that feeling you'll get, refreshing feeling, sweet, everything, zingy, all of that together is Lamsat Harir. There is no other way I can describe this perfume. It's very strange. It's a fruity floral again. On Fragrantica, this has got 4.26 and the prices, I got it for like $15. I'm sure like it's not $15 elsewhere. I'm sure it's like $30 or so. But anyhow, this perfume is so gorgeous. I've made so many of my friends hooked onto this. I have gifted this to so many people because it's like very cheap over here. It's very easily available. You get it in sets as well, so it's nice to give it as gifts and stuff. Let me tell you the notes for this. The top notes are grape and blackcurrant, middle notes of tuberose, heliotrope and jasmine, and the base notes of musk, patchouli and cedar. This is not juvenile, despite of me saying it smells like Hubba Bubba and Coca-Cola. Mixed together, it's very attractive and seductive. I feel this is one of those perfumes, the sweet perfumes that men like. And this is like a 10 out of 10 for me. It's such a beautiful fragrance because it's available at like such like reasonable price. I think like just go for it. If you think you're gonna like the smell of Hubba Bubba and Coca-Cola mixed together, you're gonna love this perfume. And the more it settles down, the more floral it gets, and then that Hubba Bubba Coca-Cola reduces. Ultimately on your skin, it's a very sweet floral. The projection for this is around 3 feet, and the longevity I would say again is like 7 hours at least. Next we have Afnan's Modest Dough. Now this one might be a little, you might say this is not an easy grab. In my opinion it is, you know. People normally complain about this perfume that it's not performing that well, but that's just like it needs maceration. And don't get deceived by the notes, like don't expect it to be cherry chocolate, right? Because everybody, like the perfume became popular because people thought this is going to smell like cherry chocolate, like dark chocolate cherry, you know. It is not like that. Think of La Nuit Tresor, how it used to smell before. Now, despite of it being syrupy and ultra sweet, I don't think this is seasonal. I can see myself wearing this in summer. I can see myself wearing this in winter, day and night. It's a stunning perfume. Again, it's a very seductive perfume. It is one of those sweet perfumes that are seductive. Cherry in this is not at all synthetic. The berries in this is not synthetic. They're perfumey. They're definitely not fresh, but it's just a stunning perfume. I love it so much. Again, 10 out of 10 for me. Hands down, no doubt about it. Let me tell you the notes for this. On Fragrantica, it's got 4.26. Now, these ratings were initial. Maybe I should update these before I do the video, you know. The top notes are strawberry, raspberry, dark chocolate and cherry. Middle notes of vanilla and spices. And the base notes of patchouli, gardenia and musk. The moment I heard spices, I was like, you know, like, no, it doesn't actively have spices. You cannot actively smell the spices. They're there to like make a good composition, and I like that about perfumes. If you like perfumes that are dark, a little goth, but very seductive, you're gonna love this fragrance. Next we have a fresher perfume, and that is Haya by Lattafa. Now if you remember, I was in love with this perfume, and because it's becoming so hot in Dubai, it's back again in the front. I'm sure you've seen a lot of perfumes on my table right now, so there are many missing in the background. But if you've noticed, they've changed, right? Because a lot of other perfumes have come in the front. Oh my goodness, like every time I smell this perfume, I fall in love with it all over again. It is an effervescent fragrance. It's bubbly. It smells like pink champagne with a strawberry dipped in it. And if you smell it and take a sip, how it would smell. And you're sitting in a gazebo with flowers around you. You're sitting in a garden, chilling out with your friends. It's such a beautiful girly girl fragrance. It smells like girly girl, not in a, okay, let me paint a better picture. It's a dainty girly girl who wears frocks. The top notes for this are pink champagne, pink berries, blood orange, and pink freesia. I mean, just put all of those together and you can imagine how this smells in the beginning. Literally pink champagne and berries, right? Then the middle notes are gardenia, vanilla, orchid, and jasmine, and the base notes of praline, amber, and sandalwood. Oh my goodness. So initial is like that bubbliness, that effervescence and everything, and then your florals come in. And the florals are very white florals. It gives me the color, literally this one, pink and white. It's like everything around you is pink and white. Although I love Haya, the only thing is that it doesn't last more than 6 hours. And 6 hours is like pushing it. It becomes like quite faint. So I love it, but I need to top it off a lot. But the good news is that this perfume is available now. It's extremely cheap. It's very, very economical. Prime Day is coming up. It's going to be even cheaper. This is one of those perfumes that I'll finish it. It's quite a bit gone. I'll finish it and then it's still here right now. So yeah, but I do spray this a lot on myself, right? Because you need to top it off again and again and again. This, I had given it a 6 out of 10. What the heck? I think I'm sure I had changed my rating. Right now for me, this is like, I will say 10 out of 10. I know. You'll see everything is 10 out of 10. These are just those easy grabs that I will keep buying. They're not very expensive. So of course, it's going to be 10 out of 10. Next, of course, we have Musamam. Now, a lot of people will argue with me. That's mean this is not a easy grab. It is an easy grab. Okay, I'll tell you why. Okay, I know a lot of y'all don't like the packaging, so I'm not going to show the serpent. I'm going to show it the other way. This is like your spicy coconut, sandalwood, vanilla. That's all there is to it. There's nothing more. And the coconut is so pleasant and the spices in this are so pleasant. It's like almost creamy now, the more it's macerating. So if anybody wants to know how long I macerated this for, I fell in love with this perfume from the first spray. From the get-go, I was like in love. But I'll tell you something. It's getting more finessed and it's getting more polished, like the more it's macerating. It's kind of going in the direction of Crystal Noir. It's kind of going in that direction. Because although ginger is not mentioned away, the spices do kind of like give you a gingery vibe. I'm sure it's not that. I'm sure it's pepper. The spices definitely have pepper. Maybe it has some amount of ginger. Not sure. Let me tell you the notes for this. The top notes for this are bergamot, orange and spices. Middle notes of coconut, mahonial, ylang ylang and ambroxan. And the base notes of sandalwood, benzoin and musk. And this is a dupe for Stellar Times by Louis Vuitton. On Fragrantica, it's got 4.59. And the price that I got it for was $35, which is like not much, right? But I know for a fact that this one is not one of the premium collection of Latafa. So you do get it for a very, very good price. The projection is like a good 3 to 4 feet, which is a lot, I know. But this creaminess, like it spreads so quickly all over the room with just one spray. Of course, I spray like 7-8 sprays at least of any perfume, if not more. This to me is a 10 out of 10 fragrance. I think it has appeared so many times. Look at the amount I've used. I mean, the amount of perfumes I have, it's not easy for me to finish perfumes like that. Next, we have Tharwah Gold. Now, I had replaced my Tharwah with Samu Gold, but I know Samu Gold is not easily available for everybody. I don't know if Latafa discontinued it or what happened. It's just disappeared. I know there are a couple of places in UAE that's still available, but I don't think that they're producing it anymore because like you, I as well am only seeing the platinum version of Samu, which is meant for men. This was apparently a dupe for your YSL Libre. It is very close to YSL Libre, but I feel it's slightly a mixture of Libre, Le Parfum with a little bit of Lantity as well. It has the sweetness of Lantity and the freshness and weirdness that, lavender of Libre. Let me tell you the notes for this. The top notes are lavender and bergamot, the middle notes of orange blossom and jasmine, and the base notes of vanilla, vetiver and amber. Now everybody who found the Libre a little irky because of that weird lavender note in it. Some people thought it was a little masculine because it had that lavender note. I personally think that Latafa was smart enough to do that mixture of adding 20% Lantity and the balance 80% is Libre Intense. Sorry, Libre Le Parfum. The projection for this is like 2 to 3 feet and the longevity is surprisingly, for a fresh perfume like this, it's quite a bit. It's 7 to 8 hours at least. For me, this again is a 10 out of 10 perfume. It's a very easy grab. It's like I wear this, I feel good. I know I said that this is like non-seasonal, but I do prefer this in summer. But again, during winter, I've used this as well. Otherwise, I wouldn't have gone through like this amount of perfume. Next, we have one from Khadlaj. And this is a new one in my collection, but I've already like used quite a bit of it. This is the Rose Loch by Lafidi. Lafidi is a sister brand of Khadlaj. So it's not really like a part of Khadlaj. Oh my gosh, this smells like the favorite from Penhaligon's to me. Think of silky rose with a little bit less lychee and a longer longevity. That's the only difference. Now, I wanted to add silky mohra over here, but because I've added it to so many videos, but you can buy either or. You can buy silky mohra or you can buy the opera. Just remember, silky mohra has a little bit more of that lychee, but lesser longevity. This one has a little bit less of lychee, but the longevity is like a lot, right? The notes for this are raspberry, lychee and pear in the top. The middle notes are rose, cedarwood and fruits sugar, and the base notes are vanilla, patchouli and musk. This again is a very girly girl perfume. It's again a person who wears frocks with satin belts and wears like a headband, you know. This one also does have the sweetness of, think of like La Nuit sweetness. So the dry down changes. So silky mohra, and the difference between silky mohra and this one is that the dry down on this one is a little bit more sweet. So I would say this is a mixture of the favorite, La Nuit and Montal's Candy Rose as well. Like it's like reminding me of these three perfumes when I smell Rose Loch. Again, you can wear this in summer, winter. It's rose, but done in a very beautiful way. So if you're scared of rose like me, I'm super scared of rose. I'm scared of rose turning vintage. This again is only for $35, which is good. The bottle is beautiful, it's very heavy and everything. This again is a 10 out of 10 for me. I'd given it a 9 out of 10, but I know that if it finishes, I'm either gonna buy this. Actually, you know what? No, I will still buy Silky Mohra and I'll buy this because Silky Mohra has like a lot of lychee and it has that lychee which I absolutely love. So I know I keep telling you guys buy either or because they're very, very similar. But if you like these kind of perfumes, invest in both. The projection is like 2 to 3 feet. Longevity again is quite a bit, 7 hours at least. Next we have a new one from French Avenue. This was Irida or Irida, I'm not sure. I think it's Irida Extrait. This is the extract version because I've seen the original one as well online. I was pleasantly surprised. First of all, the bottle of this perfume is so beautiful. Look at that. So pinky pink and so pretty. And like when I smell this, you know, from far, it smells like Johnson Baby lotion from far, like if I do that, you know. But like if I spray it on myself, a strong artificial cherry note comes in the front. And this is a dupe for Tom Ford's Electric Cherry. And I get it. That cherry is very electric. It's a little, in the beginning it smells like a artificial cherry. And it almost smells like cherry mixed with almond. But the closer the perfume comes and the more it develops on yourself, starts smelling like a sour cherry. So the cherry has like different facets to it, which is amazing. The notes for this are ginger and cherry in the opening, middle notes of jasmine and the base notes of amber, pink pepper and musk. I don't know what's going on with the notes because it doesn't smell like these notes except for cherry. Ginger is there but without the zinginess, without like the actual physical properties of ginger. It's just a smell like which is also like very mildly there because if you smell ginger it does burn your nose a little bit. It doesn't burn your nose at all, this one. Pink pepper again, I can't smell it. It's so mildly there, all these. It smells like a cherry musk perfume and I don't know, I just feel it has some kind of almond in it which is not listed. But it's very mild, so don't get like freaked out. It's a very happy perfume, like cherry, ginger, musk, very happy. It's not as effervescent as Haya, but it is still, I would say, falls in the same category where you feel like light and bubbly when you wear this. Now this one was a little expensive, at least in my country, I mean in UAE, although it should have been cheaper. This was $50. I bought it because I was like, you know what, the notes are looking very interesting and look at the amount I've used up already. And that's because this perfume doesn't last. Because the production date is this year, I think March or something. It's a very, very new perfume and it needs to macerate. But I can't wait because I like this perfume so much. I know when this finishes, I'll buy it again. I had given this an 8 out of 10 because of its sad longevity, I'll make it 10 out of 10 only if the longevity becomes good, and then I'll know that it's worth investing $50 in this perfume to, and I don't have to spray it again and again on myself. Now the problem is, even Tom Ford's Electric Cherry was the same, doesn't last. So you might as well pay $50 as opposed to $300 and something, right? It's not something revolutionary or anything, but there's something about it that draws me towards it, and I keep like coming back and spraying this on myself despite of it not lasting very long. Next we have another one from Khadlaj, and this is Noir. Packaging is so stunning. This is around $40 if I'm not mistaken, and I think Khadlaj has like on Prime Day also they have sales and stuff. Plus you have my code which is not working. I need to follow up with them because I think my code is not working. Let me tell you the notes for this one first so that you understand what this perfume is all about. Top notes are raspberry and rose. Middle notes of incense and cade wood. And the base notes of vanilla and amber extreme. The cade note is basically something that adds a little smokiness and a little bit of animalic nature as well. And the amber extreme is a note which is like amber woody, but it makes your perfumes last longer. And it also has oud accord, by the way, this perfume. Now, a lot of you all were asking me that you're detecting oud, and initially when I started using this perfume, I could not detect oud at all. Now when I'm smelling this, I really can't detect that oud, which is weird. Like I know it has incense, which should give it like a slightly oudy scent. It also clearly states that it has oud accord. I don't know, I can't smell it. It's so strange. It is incensey, but it's not oud, right? But I'm telling you, this perfume is such a weird perfume, right? It changes first of all. It is the opening is a very, very strong raspberry, but like a fermented raspberry, like it's almost made into a drink. Whether it's alcoholic or not, I'm not sure, but it smells like the raspberry juice along with like a hint of rose. So the rose is not hose. The rose is not overpowering the perfume. It's there, but not really. Raspberry took the center stage, rose is in the background. And I like that about this perfume, because if this was like heavy on rose, I wouldn't have liked it, because a combination of berries and rose is something, it's like, like it can go wrong real quick. But the cade wood and incense, that's like the part which changes this perfume completely. It becomes so intoxicating. Okay, the oud in this is maybe 2% of the oud which is then Badial oud for glory. It is the same oud. I can detect it now, the more it's drying down, right? But it's 2%. But it's the exact same oud as Badial oud for glory. And it's there like right at the back. It's like literally feeling like an echo coming from the back, it's such a good perfume. Now the thing is, it's not very overpowering. In the initial spray, you might feel, oh my gosh, such a strong perfume. It's a good thing because it fades off very quickly. Within 5 minutes, it settles down. This is one of those perfumes that are going to smell a little different, but again, no season. Easy grab. You don't have to think too much about it. So you pick this up, you wear it, you're going to feel good. This is a 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10 just because I do feel I've smelled this before. It might... Let me think about it. For now, it's a 9 out of 10. Next, we have another one from Khadlaj, and this is the Shiyaaka Gold. I have spoken quite a bit about this perfume on my channel recently, because I received this perfume recently and I like it so much. I've been using this like crazy. If you like a perfume like Versace's Bright Crystal, if you like Prada's Paradox, you will definitely like this perfume then. It smells like a mixture of something that would Gucci Flora in that line, And I've written Gucci Flora Gorgeous Gardenia. It's kind of reminding me of that as well. The notes for this are top notes of bergamot, gardenia and musk, middle notes of jasmine, pear and peach, and the base notes of amber and sandalwood. Now normally perfumes open like fruity and then go floral. This one just starts fruity floral. But the first note that you get is like literally when you take a bite out of a pear, a ripe pear, the first bite and a juiciness you feel, that's the opening note. It is not the pear that you get in Lantidi. It's a pear that's very, very realistic. I've been having a lot of pear off late, so I know exactly how it smells like. Then you have like the top notes of bergamot, gardenia and musk. But to me, the opening is very pear and peachy. The peach is like somebody in the food court is having some peaches on the next table and you're just getting whiffs of it. It's not really strongly there. The bergamot does like come in like secondary. It's not like strong citrus, so don't get scared of the bergamot. The gardenia, musk, jasmine, all are combined with amber and sandalwood as beautiful florals. It does smell very, very generic, I'll be honest with you. Just like Prada Paradox, Bright Crystal, such generic perfumes, right? Something that you feel you have smelled before. It's not something that is new or unique, or it's just notes that you smelled before but done in a different way, combined slightly in a slightly different way. Still, I am obsessing over this perfume because it just makes me feel so happy. It's like when I'm not motivated. I think I've said this before. When I'm not motivated, even right now, I spray this and I just feel so good. I just feel like happy suddenly, It just makes me feel happy. And the forward notes are all the fruits, not the florals. I think this is available for like only $20 if I'm not mistaken on their website. And then if you apply the discounts and everything, it's like very, very cheap. I think it's beautiful. The longevity for this is like, I would not give it like a high longevity. It's like 6 to 7 hours. And the projection is like 2 feet. Maybe 3 feet. How much depends on how much you spray. But at the initial blast, of course, it spreads like a lot, right? For me, this is an 8.5 out of 10. Why? Because it's not like, I would give a 10 out of 10 to a perfume that would be like, This one is like, it does smell generic. Like it does remind me of a mixture of Prada Paradox, Bright Crystal, and the Gorgeous Gardenia, all of them mixed together. So if you like those kind of perfumes, again, those perfumes are crowd pleasers, and this one as well is a super crowd pleaser. Next, we have another new perfume, which is Cherry by Ahmad Al-Maghribi, and I didn't get it before because this is a dupe for Dior's Miss Sherry, and cherry equals sherry. That's what they're trying to convey. But they failed miserably because people thought this perfume is a cherry perfume, while this perfume is actually a dupe for Miss Dior Sherry, and that's what they were trying to convey. Oh my goodness. How can anyone not like this perfume? It's like, when I smell this, I actually assumed it's a cherry perfume, and I was like, okay, I did not know it was a dupe. I just blind bought these. I was like, you guys have been asking me to do some Ahmad Al-Maghribi perfumes, and I was like, decent price, let me buy it. Obsessed. 10 out of 10. This is my Dior Miss Sherry. It's not as refined as Dior Miss Sherry, but close enough. And I'm very happy. I'm very happy. I can live with this because I've been looking for Dior Miss Sherry. Too expensive wherever it's available. People are selling like bottles with like maybe like 20 ml left, and they're selling it for such expensive prices. So, okay, let me just tell you the notes. So it opens very citrus cherry. So you feel like it's a mixture of strawberry and lemon. That's what you get in the opening. I'll put the notes over here. I'll just tell you my interpretation of how I feel. Strawberry lemon in the opening, and then it starts getting sweeter. The freshness of this perfume never goes away. It is just so weird. I mean, if you've ever had strawberry with lemon together, very few people have tried it. Maybe you had it as a, what do you call that thing? The drink? Mojito, a strawberry mojito. And in a strawberry mojito, this smells like a strawberry mojito. So you have strawberry mojito, you have like a little bit of mint in it, and then you have like a lot of lemon, and it's very refreshing. Kind of smells like that. But it is so addictive. You smell this perfume once, I guarantee you're going to get addicted to this. To me, this was like 100% buy again and again and again. Probably should get backup bottles if it like gets like, you know what, buy it. If you like it, like perfumes like this, buy it now, because I'm sure the prices will increase. I don't know why a lot of people are not speaking about this. Maybe they are and I'm just blind and deaf, But have they been comparing it to Dior Miss Sherry? I don't know. So buy it. If you like Dior Miss Sherry, just get it right now before the prices start like shooting up, right? This is a 10 out of 10 fragrance that is, I don't know. It's just this magical thing that happened because I love Dior Miss Sherry so much, and after they discontinued it, I've been looking for it forever, and then I gave up because I was like, I can't like do this anymore. I can't be frustrated with the fact that I can't smell that perfume ever again. And when I found this, it was just absolutely unbelievably magical for me. So I am clearly obsessed, as you can see. Next we have another new one, and this is by Afnan, and it is called Blooming Bliss. Look at the beautiful bottle. It's so stunning. This is a dupe for Vanilla Powder by Matière Premiere, and I haven't smelled that perfume. I know it's the whole rave. I've spoken about this perfume in my last video and you know I'm obsessed with it. This is a 10 out of 10. Again, it is a gorgeous fragrance. The name is very deceptive. Blooming Bliss, and then you have flowers over here and everything. Why? Like, did you just have this bottle and just package a good perfume in this? Tell you the notes. Top notes of vanilla, middle notes of coconut, Palo Santo and caramel, and the base notes of white musk and sandalwood. Can you see the direction of the perfume? And then can you see the packaging? This looks like a goth rose. I would expect something like amethyst to be in here, you know, with the dark rose and there are black roses in here and there are red roses in there. And then you have like this black packaging and then the name is Blooming Bliss. Nothing blooming about this, yeah? Smells like a beautiful creamy coconut vanilla with a hint of Palo Santo. Palo Santo does not smell like the burning stick of Palo Santo. Palo Santo, I should stop saying Palo Santo, it's Palo Santo. And it smells like the stick of Palo Santo. So I am obsessed with Palo Santo. I do it like all the time in my house. I love doing it on myself. You know, when I set intentions and this and that, I need Palo Santo. Then comes in the caramel, which is a little sweet, but not like the caramel that gets stuck in your throat. You know, sometimes you choke on candy that you are eating, a caramel candy. It's not like that. And then you have your white musk and sandalwood again, which is like a little fresh but creamy. This perfume strangely smells cold, fresh, but with all these notes like caramel, vanilla, coconut, Palo Santo, very like creamy notes, very like comforting notes. Plus the price right now is not bad at all. This is a 10 out of 10, hands down. And last but not the least, I have a gourmand. But this is not going to be a sickly sweet gourmand, or it's not going to be a gourmand. This was a flop for a lot of people, but for me, despite of it being a flop, I'm happy it's a flop. And let me explain it. This is the Qissah Delicious. Now, a lot of people did not like it. I told you guys from day one, this smells like a mist. It smells like a body mist. And I like the fact that it smells like a body mist. I know it is not macerated, which is why it's smelling like this. It's a brand new batch. Again, I think it's March 2024. I just like it so much. Yes, it's underwhelming. Yes, it's not very potent. And I know it's not like up to the expectations of people where they thought this will actually smell something like Bianco Latte or one of these strong, thick, sweet perfumes or a milky perfume or something like that. This smells like orange biscuits. You know, you get the sandwich biscuits where you have the orange cream in between. It smells exactly like that. The notes are very deceptive because it says in the opening there's dark chocolate, orange and whipped cream. The whipped cream and orange is exactly like that orange cream that you get in the biscuit in the middle, you know, or the wafers, you know, the wafer biscuits you get, but the orange flavored ones, you know, that cream inside, it's the same. But where is the dark chocolate? I don't know. Heart note of coconut, marshmallow and jasmine, and the base notes of vanilla, softwoods and white musk. Does have like some amount of coconut, but it's so mild, like it's negligent. It's nothing like the coconut in Musamam. You do smell the marshmallow, of course, very, very strongly because that's adding to that biscuity feeling to it. Vanilla, of course, is there. I don't know about softwoods, white musk, jasmine. I don't know where they are. The dark chocolate also definitely doesn't smell anything like dark chocolate. It smells like a white chocolate, more or less. So if you like the smell of that cookie, I'll try and put a picture over here. I think last time I forgot to put the picture. And I love it so much because again, this I can wear it anytime during the year. I don't have to wait for winter to wear a gourmand. Smells like a body mist, so you get like people will get whiffs of you and you yourself will get whiffs of yourself, and it's very pretty. The only thing I would suggest with this perfume is that you need to wear it on your skin. You cannot wear it on your clothes. On the clothes it just like disappears, right? On the skin, after you have put some lotion and everything, wear this. You will smell yourself the whole day, but it'll come in installments, right? And it'll be a very intimate scent. It's not going to project like crazy. So it's not macerated yet. I think maybe after maceration it'll change. Maybe it'll get thicker, darker. That's why I've not done the maceration update for this. I know a lot of you guys have been telling me Caramel Cascade, this one, Eclair, all these perfumes, like give us the update. It's not macerated yet. I can't like do the updates like every month because it makes no sense. It'll be the same. Especially for the Paris Corner perfumes, you need to give them at least 3 months. So I think I'll do the update in August maybe. I think it's still not 3 months, but Let me try and see if they've improved. So if you want to smell like those orange wafer biscuits or orange sandwich or orange cream sandwich biscuits, go for this one. I love it. I cannot get enough of this perfume. I know it is not the best performance. I know it is probably not priced as over here. I got it for like $25, not more than that. But I know it will be available in your country for much more expensive prices. So don't buy it unless you're ready for the fact that this is not going to project, this is not going to be one of those perfumes that will attract people, right? Unless they were sitting next to you or standing next to you or being somewhere close to you. I still love it. I think it's a brilliant perfume. I'm glad it's not too potent, because then it would choke me and I would only wear this in winter and stuff like that. So 9 out of 10 for this one. So that's it for today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed this. To the person who asked me for this video, I hope this helped. 13 perfumes. I try to do it as quickly as possible. I'm sure this video is going to be at least 40 minutes long, not 30 minutes. But I had fun regardless, because it did kind of help me sort out perfumes in my head. Maybe I can put a shelf, you know, instead of assigning it to brands. Now I'm confused, like, do I do it brand wise? Because right now currently it's kind of like Khadlaj, Latafa, mixture of all, you know, so it's like a mixture. So only Khadlaj and Latafa are like actually properly there. But then I was like, should I do it as a color gradient or something? Which is going to be very, very difficult. But it'll be very, I'll feel a sense of catharsis or something if I manage to do that like properly. Imagine if there's like a nice gradient of colors behind me. It'll be very tough. Or should I do it as categories, right? Like gourmands, spicy perfumes, woody, oud, you know? Or should I just leave it? Color grading would be like the most satisfying, to be honest with you. So maybe I'll just opt for color grading. Let's see. Maybe I should do it like when I'm like cleaning my cupboard, the cabinet behind. I should try like different things, right? And I should do it with Ali, because he has severe OCD and it'll help me a lot if he's a part of it. Thank you for watching me, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.